Good evening, students. Operator overloading. We have seen already in a C++ concept, that is polymorphism is achieved through function overloading and operator overloading. Overloading actually in having two or more distinct meaning, that's actually the overloading. We are going to see how to do that. What are the steps we have to do? The first step is you have to create a class. Then you have to define the operator. Then the operator should be inside the class. Then they define the operator function to implement the required operation. These are the things we have seen that it is required. So I'm going to give a demo 16.2 in a new book. Okay. So what is going? It is actually using a class name called strings, and it is using a class variable as a yes, an array variable, and overriding. Start that one. So I started now that /start, that's a comment statement. Program 16.2 operator overloading. So what is the class name? Class name is actually strings. Yes, it's a name of the class. It's nothing but it's a class variable. It's a name of the class. It's a user type. So this is we are creating the strings as is we are creating, because it's then the class variable is actually yes of 10. So then I just make it as a this way. So I just make for a better understanding, I'm just formatting this, and the operator, what I'm using it is a plus operator. So I just close this comment statement. So now I'm going to use preprocessor directors, that's into header files include iostream.h. We know already what they use for that, and it is for input output, and conio.h console input output, and I'm going to use a string.h because for concatenation I'm not going to write any use of different function. I'm going to use the existing function which is available in string.h. So it's already written there available in the string.h. Okay, now class. What is the name of the class? Yes, strings. And this is the class. Now what is the class variable? Character of S30. Because I changed here 30 because I'm going to give example of 30. So I just change it to 30. Okay. So that's a comment statement, and that is not a problem. Okay. So here public. Note down here the character S30. I did not mention anything. I did not mention the access or the visibility. So it is actually a private if it doesn't mention it. You know already public. So I'm going to demonstrate with a constructor. Constructor, we know already, it's a function which is name same as the class name. This is default construction, no argument. This will execute when an instance is created. I'm just initializing this class variable, and I'm making it as a 0, a null, end of this. Okay, next one is strings. I'm going to create an one argument constructor. So when object created, I can pass the values. So this is a character of str. So I'm just making it this class variable. Yes, I want to copy that because for copying I can use a string function. So strcpy, which is I'm going to copy this str into class variable. So I just close this one. Next one is operator overloading, just plus sign. I'm going to do. So what is the idea? It is going to add two strings, concatenate, and return back a string. So it is returning a string. So character using a pointer variable. Okay, operator, the plus operator I'm going to override, and I'm going to pass it. It's two classes. We are going to add it. For the right hand side one class is there. That I will explain you clearly. Then when you run it, you will understand. Strings is a class. Its argument is a class. Then x1. It's a name of the object is x1. Show you. So in this temporary variable, I'm going to copy this past one. The temporary variable is going to get the values from x1.s, and I'm going to concatenate that and put it back to temp. So temp is equal to concatenate this to the from s is from the current class, that is this class variable, and the copied value. Then that's just returning the concatenated value, and this now the class is completed. You see there, I've completed the class. Now I have to write a main function. We know already the main function is the entry point. When you run a program, the control goes directly to the main function, because when you want to run a C++ program, you need to have a main function. So void main, that's a main function. It's outside of the class. So I'm going to have a variable which is going to store the concatenated variable. So I'm naming that one as character of concatenated str. That's the way I named it. Then I'm going to create a classes. So how to create a class objects? How to create a objects? Yes, name of the class is strings. Object is s1. I'm going to pass a value because I have initialized how to. When I pass in one argument, the constructor will execute. That will automatically put s1.s is equal to the past variable. So I'm just giving first value. Just pass it, comma, creating another object or second value or second anyway. Just closed it. Now two objects are created now. So now I'm going to add this to s1 and s2 and put it back to. I'm just going back to concat str is equal to this. Completed. So I can align it a little bit. So, okay, now I want to show to the users, show to the output that cout concat str. This is the string which is stored here. Finished. Complete program is completed. Now what is this? Shall we compile and see it? And is there any syntax error? Great, no error at all. So I can just run it now. Now when I run it, you see there, nothing is shown there because the output is stored in this user screen. Okay, so what I can do now? Oh, I don't want to go on each and every time. So what I do, I put CLR, SCR, close it, then come back here. I just put XCH, get CH. So this is, I want to wait it. I want to see the output. So run it. Now CLR, SCR. Okay, great. So, okay, superb. Now it showed us the output. It came very nicely, superbly. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how it worked. So this is the S1 string S1 first value. The constructor will execute here, this one. Then the value which is str is the first string which will store into this S. And the second object is a S2. That one will be stored into the second object S2. S2 is the second object. S2.s, that is the value of S2 is the second value. Now you see here S1 plus S2. S2 is one object, S1 is another object. So the right hand side object will be passed here to the operator. You see now the X1 will have the value of S2. When it comes here, the temporary will get the value of x1 dot s. That is the second object value will be stored into temp, and s1, the first object value, will be s1, and both will be concatenated and given to temp, and temp will return the returned value will stored into this concat_str. Concat_str will be shown in this screen. Okay, shall we improve this program? Yes, we can improve. Why I need to have this temp variable? No need. I just remove this. You see how if I'm going to change it, I'm going to make this one is an efficient program. Just I cut it and I'm just deleting this. And I'm pasting it. Now x1 dot yes. Now the right hand side, the second object value will be concatenated and will return that. Shall we check whether it's working or not? Yes. Compile it. No error. Run it. Yes, it works the same. Okay. I hope you understand the program now. Please go through again and again. If you have any trouble or any understanding issues, please feel free to come and ask me. Thank you very much. Thank you.